Hello and welcome to this episode of the Eye on the Tigers podcast. My name is Eli Hoff, and I'm your Mizzou sports beat writer for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and STLtoday.com. We're reacting to some news today on the Mizzou athletic director front. The news, if you have not heard it by now, University of Missouri is hiring Laird Veatch to be its next athletics director. He's worked at Mizzou previously. He was, up until, I guess, today, the athletics director over at Memphis. He's been there for 4.5, close to 5 years. He'll join the Tigers athletic department at a pivotal time. Here to react on the news even more than he already has is Post-Dispatch columnist Ben Frederickson. Ben, you had a column that came out this morning in today's paper. We're recording this on Tuesday morning, I should add. Sort of, I don't want to say hyping up the hire, but saying there's reasons to be excited here. There's reasons to like this. As we found out about this yesterday afternoon, and now it's official. What are kind of your preliminary thoughts on the hire of Laird Veatch and where this will go for Mizzou athletics?
Yeah, I think it's first and foremost, it's a big hire for Mizzou to have resolution to this search. This was kind of a process that was kind of lingering over Mizzou, and they had a lot of good things going on campus right now. Look at the recruiting of both the football and the men's basketball programs. They just announced their big football stadium renovations, so they needed to kind of close this AD search chapter with a strong note and kind of try to keep this momentum that we keep hearing about from everybody moving forward. And I think Veatch is a guy who can do that. I think if you look at his resume and what he's done, what he's accomplished, there's a lot to like there that lines up with exactly what Missouri said it was looking for after the departure of Desiree Reed-Francois. Number one being, hey, help this football team get to a higher level. Memphis is a place that does not really fit in that mid-major category. Mizzou fans saw Memphis give their Tigers a scare at the Dome this past season. They've won 3 consecutive bowl games. He made a really good hire in their football coach down there. He's not going to be making a football hire anytime soon at Mizzou. At least that's not in the cards right now. But he knows what it's like to help a winning football program. And then also the fundraising, which has been stressed time and time again. The last thing he did at Memphis, Eli, as we both wrote about, was line up a $25 million NIL deal from FedEx with Memphis. Now, FedEx has been a long supporter of Memphis, and that's not maybe entirely on his shoulders, but to get that done, a 5-year, $5 million per year commitment is a big deal. It's exactly what Mizzou's trying to get going and continue going. They got a great NIL start and they're rolling along. He was one of the first ADs in the country to bring in an NIL director. So there's some things that fit there. I think they like that he's got the big experience at Florida, at obviously Memphis, a place that punches above its weight. He's been to Texas. He has been at K-State. And he's been at Mizzou, which I hate to fall into that trap of like, you had to get somebody who had Mizzou connections. But I do think a knowledge of the landscape at Mizzou, considering what we just saw go down with Desiree Reed-Francois and her departure to Arizona, having some familiarity with the landscape, I think, is a plus. So you put all those together, and I guess if you're looking for things to say, well, what are the reasons for pause? One would be that this was a guy that everybody kind of knew could be a candidate. So there's not a lot of surprise factor, but sometimes you don't have to be a surprise to be a really good hire.